Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Day 7 without power, and we're just hanging in there. I did want to take the time to show this. I think I made a follow-up video and never posted it, but we're talking years ago. I got this here for Jen. This was a off-grid washer and dryer, washer and spinner, I guess is what it's officially called. But this thing claimed that it operates on less than 300 watts. At the time, I had a single 300 watt solar battery pack. And so I thought, well, that'd be nice to have, and has been. We have used the heck out of this thing over the last couple of days, and we're getting a rhythm to it, and it actually really works out pretty well. You have basically two sides. It's a very simple unit. First, it is 110, so I've got it plugged into a battery pack here on AC. And this one has a watt meter, so I'll get the thing close in, but it actually doesn't hit 300 watts. It's like 280, 270. So really, pretty cool piece of machinery for what it is. Washer side, dryer side, and some controls here: standard, gentle, and drain, and then a timer, and then a spin timer. You could hook this thing to a faucet and run this in a apartment complex, in a bathtub or a shower stall, and we certainly could do that if it was raining, but it's actually the first pretty nice day, second pretty nice day we've had out here since the storm. So without power, this is the way we're doing it. This side, you take your laundry here, you throw it in there. You don't want to go too much, although the laundry side you can actually put a lot more into. It's just when you spin dry it, you want to use a little less. So once you have that in there, I'm talking a very little bit of soap is needed. This is that HE stuff. And I mean, this is probably a fifth or a sixth the size of a load would normally be. And the last thing you're going to do, since we don't have a faucet to fill it up with, is we're going to put some water in there. Now, I've got a bunch of water I got from the spring here, so we're going to dump that in there. And you're going to put in a little more than that, about 1.5 gallons, 2 gallons. That's probably good, right? And I'll show you this up close here, but just want to show you this thing on the first roll, just sitting here with it. Anyway, then you close that up. We want to do a standard load. Make sure it's not on drain or all your water is going to come out. I'll also show you, here is how we are recycling. So I have these empty cat litter buckets, which are perfect for hauling water. And I've got the drain for this in there. So we can use this and wash a load of laundry, and we're going to do that. And then we'll put in some fresh water, and we'll end up with a full one of these again. Well, there's nothing wrong with the water. You don't want to drink it, but we can certainly use it to flush the toilets. So it gets moved inside, and we use it to flush our toilets. Now, we're being pretty creative here. All right, I am going to set this thing up for 12 minutes. And while it is running, I'll get the camera off the tripod and kind of show you how this thing operates. And you may not be able to hear it, but it's running. All right. The power usage, 134 watts, 150. The spinner uses a little extra, but highest I've seen it go is to about 235, 285. It never hits 300. And what it's doing is it's agitating. So let me get the camera off the tripod. I'll show you what I mean. All right, so you can see it here. It is running. You probably can't hear it. It's really quiet. That's going to be our drain that goes into that. And here it is up here, just doing its thing. And it just agitates it, rolls it around, and it does a pretty good job. You should see the water that comes off of it is clearly pretty ugly. And it's, maybe that's about as much as you want to put in there, and I'll show you. You can see it sticks occasionally, but it's pretty much got it going on. So we'll let that continue. You can see here on the top, this would be our fill port if you wanted to hook this to a sink. Our washer timer is here, standard soft, and our drain, and then spin timer, 5 minutes is max on that. This takes about half of what's in here. so it does take a little longer to spin it. But this thing spins super fast and gets so much of that water out of there. And then we just hang it on the line, and it dries in like less than an hour because it's already like 99% dry. In fact, it was raining the first time we had to use this thing, and we wanted to wash up some dish towels and stuff. And so we just brought it in and laid it, draped them over the tub and over the shower door and stuff, and it worked just fine. So I don't even know what brand this is. I'm not sure that it matters, but I'll show it to you just in case. These are sold under like a million different names, but it says XYJ001 washing machine, 100 volts. It carries 3 kilograms, so about just shy of 2 pounds. Spin capacity is, like I said, about half of that. 300 watts is the wash power, and the spin power is 250. Like I said, I'm not coming close to those. And what it's showing here, total power of 550 watts, you can actually run both sides at the same time. We haven't done that. It just doesn't really make sense for us, but I guess you could. And it does have an accessible access port here if something goes wrong, but so far it's been fine. The only other piece that I haven't talked about that it comes with is this. You put that on top of the spinner to keep clothes from flying out of there. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I forget. It doesn't seem to make much of a difference. All right, and if you see here, 114 watts. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, 190, 202, 230. That's about it. That's as high as she's going to go. So under the rated capacity, or what it says it's going to be. So that's really nice. And then, like, we can get quite a few loads out of this thing with this oops back, which is 1800 watt max power. Obviously I'm not using that, but it's a good size one. So far we're at 63%, and we haven't really had to charge this thing, so it's really been doing a good job. All right, I'm going to pause the camera, and we're going to let this thing finish doing its job, and we'll come back and check on it. So here we are, just about done. Looks like it's a little less than a minute to go, and it's been working. I went all in on 15 minutes. I'll probably back that off a bit. Usually my wife does the 9-minute marker. I just wanted to make sure that this was clean today. She's doing other stuff, and I know, you know how women are about their stuff. They want it clean, they want it right. So we're going to do that for her. And what we're going to do here is this going to run out, and then we're going to hit the drain button, and that's going to drain out all this nasty water, and that's going to go into that green bucket there. Then what we're going to do is throw some fresh water in there and run it again just for like 3 minutes most, right? And then we'll switch it over to the drying cycle, and we'll hang it out on the line, finishing it up. Okay, so she's all done, and hopefully you can see in there a little bit, but anyway, there's no pump, it just gravity drains. Flip that over to drain, and you'll see the water start to come out of there, fill up that tube. We're going to reuse that water for the toilets, so we don't have to make too many trips back and forth to the cistern or the spring. Once it's done draining, turn that back to standard so that when you pour the water in, it doesn't go immediately out into the yard. Now, this bucket's a little bigger. Might be a little tougher for me to pour it in there with accuracy, but we'll see. Cool. And we're just going to run it, like I said, for about 3 minutes. And that's because, you know, that stuff's still soapy. Even though it drained off, it's not going to be the cleanest it could be. You can see it's clean-ish. But we'll let that run just for 3 minutes, and we'll be back at it. All right, when you're done there, put it back to drain, let it drain the rest of that fluid out. Now, if you really want your clothes to be completely cleaned out, you can also take these clothes after that wash cycle, the first before you rinse it, put it in there and spin it dry, throw it in there with fresh water, run it again, then spin it dry again. That'll get every drop of soap out of it. But honestly, I kind of want a little bit of soap stuck to the clothes because the clothes kind of stink right now. All right. While it continues to drain, we'll take some of it, and you have to be careful because it doesn't hold anywhere near as much. Maybe one more little piece here. No, that's too big. Maybe that. A couple of socks there. There we go. Okay, and so while that continues to drain, we'll let that continue. We do this one, and now we got our spinner. It'll definitely let you know if there's too much going on there because it just spins violently. There we go. And I'll put it at 2. And what's really crazy is the amount of, you want this to be on drain still, by the way. The amount of water that comes out at this point, it's just wild, man. It's just wild. And so you'll end up getting back like 95, 96% of the water that you put in here. And for us, that's 1.5 flushes in the toilet, so that's nice. So we'll let this run. I've got it set to 2 minutes. This does not need a long time to dry. It's really amazing. And then we'll move on to the next pile. We'll get all this dried up and I'll show you it on the line, and that'll wrap it up. But these things, real lifesaver. I guess I also want to point out how quiet this thing is. I mean, you can barely hear it. You hear the timer actually over the sound of that spinner. And like I said, you know, you can tell if you overload it, but just take your time with it, and it does a good job if you do. And this is just 2 minutes worth here, but she's about to be done. There we go. And I mean, it's hard to tell on TV, I guess, but I mean, these are about dry. It's about dry, right? So I'll set those aside, and we'll put in some more, and we'll throw in you know, a couple of little items here, and we'll repeat the process until we're done. Just with this little piece that's left, just how much comes out of this. So I'll close that up, and I'm going to zoom in on the drain. I pulled it out of the hose there, or out of the bucket, so you guys can see this. But you know, when I say this thing doesn't really need to be dried after it's done, this spin cycle does such a good job. Check out how much comes out. It usually squishes out quite a bit of water. Look at that. Yeah, you can see it coming out there. Maybe not so easy, but you see how much water's just pouring off of that? That's everything that's squeezing out by that spin cycle. That's pretty cool. So that's about it. Another thing I wanted to share with y'all, while the power's out and we're living a little differently than normal, but these things have usages. If I can stick my head under here, these things have purpose beyond you know, power outages. These things are great for campers, for apartment dwellers, and for people who are living in like a mobile home that doesn't have a washer dryer. You just got yourself a washer dryer. I guess that'll do it for today, my friends. I'll see you next time. Take care.